Hey guys, welcome to another video. We are checking out DOS gaming on the Wortmann Terra thin client computer. You might have seen this machine being shown in the recent pickups video. It was supplied to us by Electromine. The purchase link is down below in the description, 20% off coupon included. Now I've been working on this review for many days and there's just no way I can cram everything in a single video. And a lot of you have been commenting me to release a video sooner than later. So I thought, well, heck, I'm just going to publish this one. We're going to talk about DOS. And I might not cover everything in this video. So leave questions and comments down below. And I can then address that in the future video where I got plans to look at Windows 98 and also Windows XP. Here we have the unit from the front. We have two USB ports. There's the power button, and this is for an optional upgrade for a smart card reader. Here's the back of the unit. We've got the connector for the power supply, which is included, two PS2 ports, audio ports, but the integrated sound card is not working under DOS, so we will be using a PCI sound card. We've got a serial and a parallel port, VGA for the monitor, and for DOS you want to use the VGA monitor. There's a DVI port for VGAs. We've got an external SATA port and Ethernet. Okay, so let's turn on the machine. Press F12 to go into the BIOS. So we're just going to have a look at some DOS related options. Under advanced options, under hard disk priority, we can see this is the thumb drive and this is our first boot device. In order to install DOS, I just use the USB floppy drive. The other option is under advanced chipset features. Here you can choose if you've got a PCI video card. We're going to use the onboard integrated graphics card. It's a S3 Unichrome Pro. S3 is excellent with DOS, so there's no need to change anything here. And there's another option here where you can change the amount of video RAM. For DOS, really it doesn't matter. You can actually use a small amount, but I'm going to use the 64 meg. And you can also choose to either have the VGA output or the VGA and the DVI. For DOS, you need to go with VGA. There's some games that don't work properly with DVI and the resolution looks really bad. So you want to use the VGA output. Okay, let's boot into DOS. I've installed DOS 6.22 and the boot time is really quick. Here we already are in the boot menu. I'm just going to go with extended memory plus with the mouse. You might be familiar with VGA output. You have to auto-calibrate the picture depending on if you're in a game or in DOS. It shifts the position a little bit. So, well, let's have a look at some DOS games. So at the moment we don't have sound cards. We just have a PC speaker built in and we're using the USB flash drive. So that's an easy way to get going without even opening the machine. And yeah, let's check out a few games. Now some games are gonna run too fast. Test Drive 3 is a good example. It's gonna run way too fast. It'll be uncontrollable. So that's a game where we need to disable the CPU cache. And there's a nifty tool here. It's called setmul. Run setmul with setmul L1D for level 1 cache disabled. And the machine is now like a 386. I ran some benchmarks and it's got the perfect speed for Wing Commander and games like Test Drive 3. So let's run it again and we'll see it'll run a lot better, just like a proper 386. So that's good to see. It means that if you're more into the older games, you won't have any issues. Just disable the cache with setmul and off you go. We will come back to some more games once we have the sound card installed, but now let's talk about the DOS gaming performance. Here are all the benchmarks and look at that. At 320 by 200 we're getting excellent performance, but it gets even better if you load fast vid. The performance improves even more. And the same goes for high resolution at 640 by 480. We can see all the results here. And once again, if we load fast vid, we get even better performance. So this machine has excellent performance for DOS, and the Unichrome Pro graphics card is also really good. Look, I haven't tested every single DOS game out there, but I'm pretty confident that the compatibility is going to be pretty good. DOS gaming is a lot more fun with a proper sound card. So here we've got a C-Media sound card, and there are lots of other options like a Sound Blaster Live or Real Vortex 2, but also a ESS Solar 1 and one of those Yamaha or YMF based PCI sound cards. There's a single screw that you need to remove, and then you can just lift up the cover. Okay, here we are inside the unit, and there's lots of cool stuff going on. Here's the memory slot. A single DDR2 stick goes here. I recommend going with the smallest one you can find. I'm using a 256. We have a compact flash adapter here. Pop in a CF card, and you can use that as your C drive. We also have two ID headers. These are 44 pin, so they carry data and power. So you can connect a laptop drive, but you can also get adapters for ID to CF, for ID to SD cards, and so on. I've got a couple of adapters on order, but they haven't arrived in time for this video. We might be looking at that in a future video. We've got also a SATA port here, but somewhere you have to get some power somewhere else to power up your drive. There's also an external SATA port at the back. And here we have the PCI slot. Now, in order to be able to use a sound card with the integrated PCI slot, you have to use one of these. This is a 90-degree angled riser card. These are available for a very low price on eBay. You plug in the card into the PCI slot like that, and then you can install the PCI card into the rear bracket. It's a bit fiddly. You just gotta take your time and make sure you don't bend anything. And then we're gonna push down the PCI riser card here. Now, the model of the riser cards, they all seem to have the same height, and you can kind of see that it's a little bit too short. I'm just gonna show you what I mean. You can see that here it's got a slight bend to it. It's not a big deal. It's not gonna break the card, and PCBs, they are a little bit flexible, but yeah, it's just something I was definitely wanted to point out. So the proper height is probably up here, but it's not making proper contact here. I had a look on eBay. I couldn't really find any other models of these PCI riser card. So at the moment, if you're going for one of those generic ones that you can find on eBay, just be aware that it's going to put a little bit of flex on your card, but it shouldn't really cause any issues. Okay, we're booting back into DOS. I've added the speakers to our sound card, and let's have a look if the drivers initialize properly. There you go. So we should have a Sound Blaster Pro compatible sound card. Now, look, this video, it's not about reviewing PCI sound cards. They will never be as good as ISA sound cards, and depending on which model you go, your compatibility might vary, and we will see that in this video. But FM music should work for every game. So, well, let's check out a few games. Now, with the C-Media PCI sound card, usually the music works all the time. But the sound effects, they, yeah, it depends a lot on the game, but most games will not work. So we're getting an error message. But a different PCI card with a different chip might work better. But using a PCI sound card for DOS, it's better than nothing, and certainly beats out the PC speaker for music quality. Now there's a lot more to this machine. We covered DOS in this video, but there's also Windows 98 and Windows XP, things I can cover in a future video. I just wanted to get this video out, get the ball rolling and get some feedback from you guys. What are you actually interested in? There's just too much to this machine to attempt to cram everything into a single video. So there you have it, guys. This is a fanless, extremely quiet, cute little DOS retro gaming PC with some potential for XP and other operating systems as well. It's fast, handles all the demanding DOS games as well as old stuff. So if you found this video interesting, be sure to give it a like, leave a comment, sub to the channel if you haven't done so already, click on that notification bell, and that's it. I shall see you soon with another one.